Hello, everyone. This is Bianca coming on for just a few minutes. I wanted to talk about the writing process for my book. I know many of you have seen me doing some advertising and talking about my book. It's called Speaking to the Giant Within You. I just wanted to share a few things from the book writing process if I could just help anyone that's looking forward to writing a book. So my book writing process, it began in January of this year, believe it or not. And the idea of doing the book, it came from a conference that I spoke in. It's called I Am Woman's Conference last year in September. And so I talked about different topics that I spoke of in that conference in my book, and I just added some of my life stories to it. I shared three personal stories inside of the book as well. And so the month of January was a long month. And so every day I would come home and I would take time to just write for a few minutes. I made it a habit not to watch TV, do other things, but just I have this corner in my room and I just sat in problems. But anyway, I heard during that time for some reason in January, it's like the month just drags out. It's like after you come off of Thanksgiving and Christmas, for some reason, I've heard more than one person say like the January blues or January, the month of January just lasts a long time. And so, but even though I wasn't feeling like super exuberant and happy and all that, I was joyful, but I still was able to write. So you can't say it's an excuse. It's never a perfect time to write. You just have to make a decision that this is what I'm going to do. And you have to go ahead and stick with it and do it. And so I wrote from January and February on the book. And then after that, the next step, of course, is editing and formatting of the book. And after I got it edited and formatted, it was just sitting there waiting. Life things started happening. And so it was my editor that reached out to me to kind of encourage me like, hey, I'm going to invite you to do this and do this. And I was like, well, I haven't even went through the publishing process, completing it. So that encouraged me to continue on with the next step, which was marketing the book. And then I had to go through another round of editing and formats because I wanted to make the book a little bit bigger and add more information to it. And so in August it was published and it was released August the 7th. And so that was the total time frame that it took me to write the book. And so I'm going to share just some things to think about if you're thinking about starting the writing process in just a few minutes. Let's see. What was I going to talk about? I think one of the hardest things for me in writing the book was, like I said, I think once it was edited and formatted, just going through and following through with completing what I had started, that was hard for me. Sharing my personal stories was a little hard because once the book was finished and it was ready and I looked through everything and I looked at my website and I looked at the book itself, I was like, I remember one night going to sleep and I couldn't sleep and I woke up and I was like, what's going on? It was just different. Once you do something, you step out of the box and do something that you've never done before. It makes you, just kind of think about it. And I thought about it. I was like, I wrote a book, I'm thinking about it and I'm looking at it. I was like, this could be on somebody, just laying anywhere. It's my book with my information and stuff. So it's and when I picked the books up, of course, it was like a really surreal process. So it's been an adventure, but it was all worth it, And if I had to encourage anybody that's thinking about doing a book, I would say it's never a perfect time. You just have to make a decision that this is what I'm gonna do. Even if it's just 30 minutes. So for some reason my connection is blinking in and out. But even if it's 30 minutes a day, just making that decision, and after a while, if you keep doing something consistently, you're gonna have a finished product. And then I just could say that what God has for you is for you, even if it's not a book, whatever it is that you're deciding to do, to step out of the box, out of your comfort zone, or that's in your heart or your spirit to do, you just got to make the first step and be disciplined in continuing out the process. And I would say that I know that once you step out you step out in faith, then You'll be amazed at how God will open up doors for you, and just the next time it'll be totally different process. You can say, I've been through it, I've done that. So you just have to make the first step. Thank you for who all that have joined in with me in the live. I'm talking about the book writing process, and I wanted to go over at least about 6 steps just to get started in the writing process. The first thing I would say is to develop your concept. What are you passionate about? What story can you tell? Who are you talking to? What have you lived through? Share what you do to help others. This is how you develop the concept of your book, because that's what you're passionate about, and your readers can feel the heart of the connection through your passion and what you're writing about. How to identify your voice, that's second. What's unique to you? You got to put your own voice on paper without losing the essence of who you are. You can write in many different voices. You are to write in your voice and your words, right from your heart. If I had to share some things. Number 3 would be how to identify your target audience. So who are you writing your book to? Who are you writing to? Who's your audience? Is it nonfiction? Is it self-love? Is it women or men? Or what age group? You want to just write to one specific target audience. Number 4, it says how to choose your genre. Whether it's about health, self-development, relationships, self-help, figure out motivation, inspiration, what category you're going to write in. And number 5 is how to create a book outline. It says tell a complete story in one chapter. So when you get ready to do your book outline, you should be telling a complete story in one chapter of your book. And lastly, you need to create a writing schedule. Some people, I've heard people say they take a vacation and they just get it out the way 1 or 2 days or whatever, or 3 days. Some people would take a little while, but what you don't want to do is continue to drag out the time. And some people say, I have so many books or so many ideas in me, but you want to just do one specific thing and then save the rest for another book. You can't get everything out in one book. So you have to create a schedule that works for you, whether it's morning time, lunch, evening time, or weekends, and just try to make a schedule and stick to it no matter what. And sometimes when you're doing a project like this, you have to let people know this is what I'm doing. And if they're not for you, if they're not participating, it's not positive, you just have to keep it moving to do what that you're set to do, so that you can make your goal, to complete your goal. And the last thing is just some wrap up notes. This is just starting the process. I'm not going into, because you do have to decide on the publisher, the editor, the formatting, the book cover design, and it's a lot more, the marketing strategies. I'm not going to go over all those today. I just wanted to talk about the writing process, just getting started, and share just a little bit. Some notes for conclusion is that you want to make sure that you break your story down into sections or questions. In each section of your book, you should be telling a story or making a point. In each section, you should shoot for at least 3 to 10 pages. So, and try to break your book down into at least 5 sections. So, thank you so much. Someone congratulating me on my book. Thank you. So, in each section, you should shoot for 3 to 10 pages and try to break your book down into at least 5 sections. This is helping you get started in the writing process. Write your book to one group of people so that you have a complete focus in your book, because it helps you narrowize. You can't try to get everybody. It's somebody specifically that you're writing to. You want to just target them and devote everything to them. Make a writing schedule, 1 hour, or your work days. Let's say 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour to eat, 30 minutes, however, whatever it takes. But you just want to make sure, like I said, you break it down into sections, tell a story and a point in each section. I keep breaking up today, but I'm going to finish it. 3 to 10 pages in each section. And it says, what else? So it says it'll be done in 8 weeks or less. So you can do it in 2 months. Yeah. But this is the one. I just wanted to get this started. I just want to share a little bit about the writing process. If you all have any other questions, the book is still available for purchase. Speaking to the giant within you is speaking to the greater purpose that's in you, that's hidden, that's laying dormant because of maybe past hurts or pains, unforgiveness. The book has several chapters where it address different things to help you move forward and shift. It closes with a prayer. It's still available for purchase. It's info Bianca Langford.com. I'm trying to think about it, make sure I'm getting it right. Be info Bianca. Well, I need to make sure I'm giving that to y'all right. Or do this, BiancaLangford.com. And I'm gonna put it at, when I post it, I'm gonna put it on there too, so that you can email me. I do want you all to join my email list, because I am going to be having a blog started for my birthday. My birthday is this month, September the 30th. So I want you to join the blog, and if you have any questions or if you want to purchase the book, I want you to send me an email so that you can join the blog, or if you want to purchase the book or have any questions about the book writing process or anything else. And if you take in some of the notes and you're interested in writing a book, make sure you let me know if if this has encouraged you to start the writing process. Just send me a message and let me know I've started my book, or let me know you finished your book. It's helpful. It's I think writing my book, what I've gained the most is just being able to be a help to someone else. And I think even if sometimes you can be a blessing to someone, but just stepping out and doing something that God has put in you to do, it gives someone else the encouragement to do so. Also, if it's a specific, because all of us deal with hurt, pain, issues, letting go of the past, unforgiveness, relationships. All of us have something that we sometimes haven't taken the time to deal with. So to be able, if you got my book and it bless you in some type of way to think about or try to address and work towards healing, then that's help. That's a blessing to me. That means that I've accomplished what I set to do. And so being a help and being a blessing to others and just being obedient to God. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. And I appreciate you all for tuning in. Let me know if you have any comments, like, share, and it'll probably be on my Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube page. I look forward to your questions and support, and you guys have a awesome rest of the day. Bye-bye.